Hey guys, what's going on? Well, this is my Lawnboy Self-Propelled Silver Series. Easy start, 5 horsepower engine. This is a Tecumseh engine. And it's a self-propelled lawnmower, and it propels through the rear wheels. It's actually a really nice Lawnboy. I had to do some work on it, and I had to change the oil in it. There was a tube on the oil filler tube here. That gasket down there was not sealing properly, and it was losing oil. So I went ahead, and actually this was cracked. So I went ahead and I replaced that. I think it was about 12 bucks. So it wasn't a really, big deal. Changed the oil in it. I changed the gasket, changed the tube, the air filter. Let me get over on this side. The air filter needed replaced, so I went ahead and replaced that. I've used this more a lot, and I really like it. These air filters aren't very expensive. If you do have a problem with any of your lawnmowers starting with Tecumseh engines, one thing I can say is take this. There's a nut under here. If I can get it up here. There's a nut right there, and you take that nut off and you simply clean. I think there's 3 or 4 holes in that nut, and it allows the gas to get through, and you just take wire and clean out the holes, clean out this bowl here, and you shouldn't have much of a problem with it starting. You may need to take the CARB off and clean the CARB. Sometimes these need replaced. The primer bulb, it's not that big of a deal to replace something like that. It's held on with just you can actually just, if yours is worn out, take that, just pull it off, and you take a screwdriver, you put it on the inside, and you pop the ring off, and you just install the new one the same way. You can go to partstree.com, and you can pick up any of the parts you need for this. On this particular one, the rear wheel drive on this, the key went out on it. There's keys on each side, and they actually propel the rear wheels. When it went out on me, by the way, these rear wheels, there's a shield here, but these rear wheels, unlike some Craftsman lawnmowers, have plastic or have metal gears that are being shielded by this shield here to kind of protect them. But on some Craftsman lawnmowers, you'll see actually the inside of the wheels have plastic for the gears, for the gear drive. I can't believe the Craftsman would do that, but they did. This is a model 10360, and I believe this is a 2001, but I needed to get a self-propel cable. I think that was 14 bucks. That wasn't bad. Let's see here. The screws on the shields and things are kind of proprietary, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. But I sharpened the blade. I secured the throttle cable. The throttle cable goes in into this slot here. If you need to take that out, it's not that big of a deal. You do need a pair of pliers. You compress this, and it pops out through the back. and you give it a little bit of slack so you can get this out of here. It's not that difficult to do. Let's see, what did I do with it? Oh, I replaced the pull handle. That's really all I needed to do other than that. And for a Lawnboy and for Tecumseh, evidently Tecumsehs do have some problems. This one really hasn't seemed to have many problems other than just routine maintenance. The spark plug boot became rotted, so I had to replace the spark plug boot. I didn't have to replace the cable or the assembly up top, so I could just replace that boot cover, and that was very nice. It saved me a lot of money because that's about a $45 fix, and it's something I didn't really want to throw into a lawnmower like this. But for a Lawnboy, it's not a bad lawnmower. The Tecumseh engines, they make Lawnboys now with Briggs and Strattons, which I like Briggs. I think they're very good, but the Tecumsehs, some people like them, some people hate them. I really don't have an issue with either one of them. I like them both, actually. But yeah, this is a 4-in-1. It mulches, side discharge, 4-in-1 mulches, side discharge, rear bag, and side bag. You can remove this, and the mulcher is not on here. I don't have the bag for it. I don't want to lift this thing wrong, because if you lift this thing gas side and filter side down, you can screw up your air filter, and since they're made out of paper, that's not a good idea to do. The underside of it isn't in bad shape. The belt's in good shape, and the wheels are in very nice shape. I did detail clean this. Got some nice fresh gas in it, fresh oil, 30 weight SAE, and it starts first pull every time. The spark plug was fouled, and I did some cleaning on the spark plug. That's all it needed. Just a little bit of cleaning, I put it back up. You got your wheel height adjustments here, and they're not too difficult to switch around, but on the newer Lawnboys, they didn't make them as well as they made these. And these older Lawnboys are just a little bit better than the newer ones that are out. Don't know why that is, but it happens to be the case. I noticed that Husqvarna, I really like their lawnmowers, but the Husqvarnas on some models do have plastic gears on the wheels, and the plastic gears serve as drive wheels. Well, those plastic gears wear down very, very quickly, and you just can't trust the gear to be plastic. It should be metal. And the gears that are used to drive these, I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're really good gears. And I had to replace when the key went out on it, I had to replace, I think, 4 parts. And I'll tell you what they are. You have your spring compression, which actually, well, you've got your ring clip. I can't really show it to you very well, but I'll just read it off to you. A ring clip and a Lawnboy washer clutch. There's a soft washer, then there's a plastic white washer that goes on the outside. When you take these wheels off, one thing that's a real pain in the ass is this bolt right here that holds this wheel on. When you take this wheel off, that bolt is actually keyed into that axle, not axle, but assembly here, and it has a tendency to fall out, and nothing's more aggravating than trying to hold this while you're trying to put it on. And you can actually, if you're going to do that, you can actually pull the gear down on this, pull it down so you can have better access to hold your thumb on that bolt while you're putting the wheel on. But still, it's a pain in the ass. Let's see, how far? 10 minutes. Good grief. Let's just get it started. I'll show you how it starts. And it's a good mower. I just thought I'd let you guys check it out. I did put a Briggs and Stratton starter on it. Pull start handle. That's all it needed. If you're going to do any replacement on this and you don't want to lose this cord, you can just disconnect this cord, tie it in a knot, although it does have a stop right here to keep it from going on into the engine, but I don't really trust things like that. If you tie your knot into a cord, you're not going to have that problem. Let's go ahead and start this up. If I can get it in place here. I think I can. First full start every time. I would sell this, but actually this lawnmower I think will probably outlast some of the newer ones. I noticed the newer ones that they're selling are being put on the used market in a rapid pace, and there's probably a reason for that. I don't know what that reason is, but I think if something works, it's best to stick with it. And this lawnmower I think will get me by for, you know, I would say another 10 years if I take care of it. And you can pick these up for different prices all over the internet and all over the, you know, the used market. Some people throw these things away, and it's kind of foolish to throw away a lawnmower like this. If you've got a problem with it not starting, do the maintenance on it, pull the CARB if you have to, do all the checks that you need, check the spark plug, check the primer, check the gas line down here. If you do take this cup off, make sure that you cut the flow off with a pair of vice grip type clamp pliers, just to where you're not going to drain the tank. But when you do take this cup off, you do have to position this in the same way that it came on. But take this cup off, take the screw out, clean the jets that are in the screw, clean the cup at the bottom. On a 4-cycle motor, there's really not a whole lot of things you have to do with it. But anyway, it's gone on long enough. 5 horsepower, 21-inch Lawnboy Silver Series. First pull every time. If you guys can get one, I think you'd be happy with it. You might be able to pick one up very, very cheap. You might be able to find one for free. With a little bit of maintenance, clean the filter, get a new air filter, clean the CARB, just do the basics, and you'll have a lawnmower that will last you a long, long time. The Tecumseh engines are pretty darn nice. There's a lot of people that swear at them, there's a lot of people that swear by them, but I like this lawnmower. I think it's a good one. Everything on it's very, very good. You've got your throttle and you've got your self-propelled right here. And as long as you've got good cables on here, as long as you've got spark and compression, oil and gas, you're doing pretty good. Take it easy, guys. Later on.